Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 10, Divine Fervor. I am your host, as always, Virinity Void, and here we come back to a changing world, one that is fairly peaceful for the most part. We had a lot of the wars settle down in the first part. If you would like to know exactly what happened in part 1, you can go back and watch that. I recommend you do because the Japanese Thunderdome was performing as we expected. There was a lot of back and forths over there, if I do say so. It went completely differently compared to how the test run went, so I recommend you go back and watch part 1. If you are wondering, why is Inazuma so big? Why is Shimabara so big? How did we get exiles in Manchuria? But anyways, we're gonna move on to part 2, and hopefully get to around 1490, 1495, somewhere in that ballpark. Let's get on with it. And so we also saw the likes of the Three Fires Confederacy get attacked by Utulibi last part. They held off Utulibi and only lost one singular province, which is actually pretty fucking good considering that Utulibi started out 2 technologies ahead of the Three Fires Confederacy. Three Fires Confederacy is now at war with America, and they are on the same military tech level. So really, the only thing that is stopping the capital of the Three Fires from going down is America's troops. They need 9,000. They don't have 9,000, so that's really the only thing stopping them. So I have to give credit where credit is due. Three Fires Confederacy is doing very well, and it's cool to see that they are surviving. If they can come out of this war with losing like maybe only one province or losing nothing, that's actually a win for the Confederacy. America, like they are okay now. They are one military tech ahead. I think America wants to take a fight now because they know that they are ahead. Their colony over here at La Pointe was burned down, so colonial progress is halted for the Serbians. It should be noted that also the Three Fires Confederacy is not colonizing. They are purely focused on this war. Let's see. Yeah, they don't want to take any loans. They're kind of riding that line between taking on a loan and like financial buoyancy. Back in Japan, Shimabara, they're doing well. It's really that simple. They are consolidating their gains and readying up for when they have to go to war with Inazuma again. One military tech ahead of Inazuma, and it's looking like the Malankaras are gonna win. That fort maintenance minus 20% and morale damage received minus 10%. It's not enough for the Shinto, for those who follow Shinto. Current wars, no, it's just America and the Three Fires Confederacy, and once again, America doesn't have enough to siege it down. Three Fires Confederacy is chilling. They want to wait this war out, and manpower is bleeding out. I don't know. I guess this really is quite literally a war of attrition. Nothing's really going on in Europe right now. Norway is colonizing Scandinavia, and so is Sapmi. Denmark is chilling with its ally in Norway and its ally in Bremen. Alberton doesn't have any allies, neither does Cornwall. Champagne is allied to the papacy and Köln. Foix is allied to Sura. Sura is allied to Foix. Aktimachi is allied to Duvatsche. The Idrisids aren't allied to anyone, but they are improving relations with Sura. Mzab, not allied with anyone. Fafaria isn't. Lebanon is not. Assyria is not. Okay, Armenia with Isfahan. So Mazandaran is not going to be able to, after this war, it does not look like Mazandaran is going to be able to attack Isfahan, since Armenia, oh shit, well, now Armenia's in the war, and, well, I don't believe Mazandaran is going to last much longer against these two. Let's see, did the capital go down? It's about to go down, okay. America finally reinforced, and they finally got the capital. It took actual years, but now things are looking very dismal for the Three Fires Confederacy. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind. It was looking bleak, but white peace was signed. Right? They didn't have to take any loans? No, they did. Okay, they're on 3 loans, but I mean that's completely fine. Oh, they were colonizing here. Okay. Still though, they're doing the Three Fires Confederacy completely fine. They can pay back those loans. America, they lost their colony here, so they're kind of reset. The real problem here for the Confederacy is Utulibi, who has, they're racing across with their colonists and their settlers. Well, that's going to be the real problem. Salento. The diplomatic focus of Salento just is not working. What is going on? Kiev still is not. They don't want any liberty at all. They are completely fine with being under Theodoro. And okay, there's not much coordination between Isfahan and Armenia. They're just chilling. Okay, Isfahan wiped out the east, and Mazandaran might actually lose land if their capital goes down. Or no, that's actually a lot of war score. Holy shit. I don't know. My child is doing strange things. Strange things indeed. Ah, here it is. This is the war we have been anticipating. The Thunderdome continues. Shimabara is going after Inazuma, and I do believe this will be Inazuma's final stand, because just look at that. Just look at that. There's not much they can do, being one military tech behind. It was a good fight in the Thunderdome Inazuma, but Shimabara this time around comes out on top. I have to imagine that Inazuma's going to lose a majority of Honshu. Like, I think even their capital is going to get taken. I cannot imagine Shimabara has any mercy. Sufan Buri, you're allied to Kamai. Pegu, not allied with anyone. Trankebar, not allied with anyone, and same with Kolothunad. Satavahana is still allied with Dundar, Hunza, Jaunpur, Sindh. Yep. Okay, they can't siege down the capital, I guess. You need 9,000. You need Armenia's help. But I don't know. Armenia seems to have split priorities. Anatolikon is knowledge shared by Theodoro. Morea still has no allies. Sangvisferi has no allies. Croatia, Moravia, Raetia. Raetia is allied with Savoy. The papacy is allied with Champagne and Bremen. Yeah, everyone is just expanding. We're kind of waiting until more nations border each other so that they can, or that we can see what'll happen. Also, it's kind of weird that Venezuela doesn't know anything about what's going on around them. I'm guessing the map will get revealed as time goes on, but they're exploring the world on their own time. Under Consul Alfonso Patio, Cajamarca, Calchaquí, Sulacet, Potiguara, Cabu, Acanlan, Yatenga, Katsina, Lunda, Mutapa, Mahafali, Pate, Welaita, Semyon, Muscovy. It's just weird always seeing like Muscovy down here. It's not the usual Muscovy colors, sure, but I'm just used to seeing like, oh, Oman is here. Wait, no. Who's the red? Oh, it's Muscovy. Yeah, it's looking like my child is toast. I don't know why they were always so eager to declare on Isfahan. It's beyond me. Li Yue is actually not going overseas, but is instead going inland. Toyotomi is trying to eke out a living on Taiwan over here. Wu is very much just they're just glad to be alive again after Yayusu fucking took the sword to him and actually took over all of Wu. You know, I have to expect that King Jianrui is having a good time. Oh, Takigawa got land back, and Takigawa is a tributary under Shimabara. Inazuma retained actually a lot more than I thought they would. So maybe there's hope for Inazuma. I doubt it, but maybe. Yep, there you go. I don't know what my child is doing. The dynasty changed, the mentality changed. It's just, I don't know. Norway has actually connected their land a little bit. And Livonia is actually not going for Scandinavia, which is far different from the test run. In the test run, Livonia was going after Stockholm and got into multiple wars against Sapmi at first, which did not end well. Oh, okay, we got some wars. Pangasinan is going after Inusulafka. Powo is going after the rest of Yongning. And oh, wait a minute. Powo got blown out of the water. Hold up. It seems like Yongning has life left in their body. Oh, did not expect that. What else is there? Sumuru is going after Pegu and this time Kamai, but I have to imagine that's a 2-on-1 Sumuru. Are you going to be able to handle 2v1? I guess we have a nice view of these wars right here. Kamai is right by the Mekong River. Sumuru is trying to funnel troops toward the Irrawaddy River Valley. And Powo is just... Their forces are spread out, and Yongning, they're just patrolling their own lands. What should be their own lands. This is quite the reversal from the first war. And again, Yongning taking another W. Powo, their forces are trailing. Logistics are a nightmare. They can't handle it. They just can't. I'm going to take a sip of my water while we watch this, as Sumuru fails to siege Pegu. Okay, much better. Tendai, you're doing okay. Akechi is chilling in Manchuria with Shibata, and Shimabara has formed Japan, and they have kept their national ideas as per usual. So it seems as though Shimabara is going to have their time in the spotlight. Toyuji, where are you at? Oh, so they've migrated to Beijing. That's probably for the best, honestly, because having your... Did they just sell that province? I think Toyuji literally just sold that province, or Japan threatened war and Toyoji conceded. Something like that. Po is trying to be a menace to Yongning, but I mean, Po-Wo's forces are so split. Yongning is just gonna have their cake and eat it too. Pegu has won the war against Sumeru, monopolizing the Arakan coastline, and Sumeru, they got in over their head. There's not much else to say. It's like, what did you expect, Sumeru? It was 2 versus 1. Just like my child over here, it was 2 versus 1. Oh, they're allied with Muscovy this time. An interesting alliance. I'm curious how it'll turn out. Alright. So I have to believe that, like, at the end of this war, Yongning is going to take all of their land back, and a little bit more, like Makram and Kamdo. I think those are on the table to be taken back. Or taken over, actually. Unless Po actually succeeds in unoccupying these lands. The war goal is Luzhou, which is right here. I think Po-Wo's army is scared. They don't want to fight. They don't want to confront this force. Come on, Po-Wo, you can fight this, right? You were so good in the first war. Any other wars? Nope. Yeah. They want Pangasinan wants to kick out Enusulafka from Manila. And I don't blame them. It's a really close province. It's a nice center of trade. And Po-Wo just taking another L. They took W's in the first, taking some L's now. Yeah, I'm just wondering what Yongning is going to take at this point. They're on the same military tech level as well, so time will tell. Koryak, where are you at? The only concern for Koryak really is how are they going to get institutions? Because institutions are going to be, like, already if you're over here in the steppe and the Siberian forests and all that, it's a little hard to get institutions. But you're on the furthest edge, Koryak. It's gonna be rough, but best of luck to you. Three Fires Confederacy, they're a little bit behind on national ideas, but I mean, they're expanding. They're keeping with it. Atlanta still allied with, what's it called? 3488. Fontaine has their capital besieged by peasants. Peasants! Oh, Fontaine. Are you gonna unoccupy your capital? You gonna let these peasants tell you what to do? I hope to God you are not. And what is this? Rhaetia is going after Istra. And Rhaetia, they just don't have enough troops for the capital. Again, it's the 9,000 troop threshold. If you don't have enough, then you're not getting the capital. It's that simple. And it's the same thing for Croatia. If they don't have enough troops, they are not going to, they're not going to do anything. But Rhaetia is definitely going to win these battles. That's not a question. That is just a fact of life. Because Rhaetia is also 2 military techs ahead. Oh, Croatia. Oh, there we go. Utulibi is now going after the Three Fires Confederacy again. And Utulibi really wants a battle, seemingly. Maybe? Three Fires Confederacy? Maybe taking it to him? Three Fires takes it to him. And it's a close battle, but they win. Alright. However, America is allied to Utulibi. So at any point, America could come into this war, and if they do, the three fires are completely done. If it's a one-on-one, okay, there's some back and forth. It could go either way. If it's a 2v1, all bets are off. And right now, the capital might come under siege. Still require 9,000 troops, as usual, but it could come under siege. Retia, are you actually going to go after the capital of Croatia? Zagreb awaits. Yongning, why didn't you take any provinces? You beat Powol so badly. Oh, I don't know. But on the other hand, Pangasinan, they took Manila. So, good on you. But, and I'm really curious, Yongning, why didn't you take your land back? That's very curious. And I had not, I'm back here behind the controls of the campaign, sure, but like I'm not doing anything with the console. I have my left hand just like by my microphone right now over here off to the side. Right hand on the control or on the mouse. I don't make these peace deals. The AI well, that's not true. If the bug occurs where there is an endless war, no one's transporting troops over anything, and it's just nothing is happening in the war, but they do not peace out, I will force them to white peace after like 10 years. So that has happened a few times in the past, but it's not a super prominent bug, thankfully. Is it still going on? It seems like it. Three Fires is still... they're still in this. However, I don't think Otulibi really has enough troops to even win this war by sieging down the capital. Three Fires seems to have way more... I will say way more tenacity than Otulibi. But the Three Fires is struggling on manpower. They're scraping the barrel. Otulibi has a plethora of manpower in comparison. There's so much there. That truce is almost up, though. November of 1486. Otulibi is losing this war, but the Three Fires is getting exhausted. Their military manpower is struggling, and their war exhaustion is high. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough. Ratia, are you any closer? Okay, you have positive war score, but Croatia's going after your capital. Salento's now in this war, so I'm pretty sure you and Salento can push back Croatia. That should not be an issue. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any other like sizable wars. Hold on, we got one. Vononeria and Enusulavka, they're finally going after each other because in the test run, these two were at each other's throats vehemently from the get-go. But for now, in this full campaign, they've delayed it for a while, and it seems as though the only one that might win this war, because to get over the 9,000 hump, is Vononeria. They look like they're able to reinforce just enough so that they can siege down Singapura, versus Enusulavka does not have enough to reinforce to siege down Palembang. Unfortunate, but we just gotta wait and see. Ratia is finally sieging down Zagreb with Salento, and that should be game, set, and match for taking Istra. Alright, Three Fires is doing very well against Otulibi, but as we can clearly see, Success on one front does not mean success on the other front. The truce is up with America, and the Serbians are marching through. I think we all saw this coming, though. Just getting double teamed. It's... I don't see a scenario where the Three Fires comes out of this in a good manner. In any sort of good manner, really. Since they just lost that battle to Utulibi, and it's the capital is about to go down. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep. I don't have any. I don't really have much else to say. It's just unfortunate. Pretenders are rising up in Wu. Pangasinan still going after Kutai. And Singapore is down. Vononeria taking a lead and gonna tip these scales in the favor of the pink. Much to my dissatisfaction. I am a stan of the color green. I very much prefer the color green over any others, so it is sad that a fellow green nation is going away, or is losing. Raitia took over Istra. This province, I don't want to try to pronounce it because I feel like I'm going to butcher it. Lika, or Laika, I have no idea. And Zagreb. So Croatia is in shambles. They are in shambles, but they are not out of this just yet. How's the religious map doing? Wow, all of Partu's stuff is almost got converted. The last province of Coptic is about to be converted as well. And Suomenusco spreading through Sapmi's own lands. And over in North America, we see what we had predicted. The Three Fires. It's about to be snuffed out. I have to imagine that even if the Three Fires was made to be Western tech or Eastern tech, whatever, they still would stand very little of a chance because Otulibi and America are just they're right next to Three Fires. There's barely any gap, so they're enemies right away, and Three Fires gets squeezed in between them. I have to commend them, though. It was a very valiant effort, fighting Utulibi and actually making gains against them up until, really, America joined the war. The economy of Three Fires is exhausted. The military is defunct at this point. There it is. K.O. Rest in peace, my friend. You had a good run. But now, America, with their ally Utulibi, are going to be staring down the barrels of the United States of Albania, later Svendale, and later on 3488 with Atlanta. EZLN allied with Average Land, and Average is trying to carry out an average conquest of some land of Tonala, but there's no land connection, so I don't think there's any provinces going to be taken. Should be noted that Average Land is 2 military techs ahead, so yeah, it's going to be pretty one-sided. Sumeru. Friend. I understand that you think you can win this war. You think you can take on Pegu and Kamai. You have brought more forces this time. However, have you considered that what happens if Pegu and Kamai ever unite their forces? I am not sure you have considered this possibility. But maybe Pegu is just lazy as all hell. I don't know. Also, Sumeru, they're one military tech ahead, so that will count for something, but I'm not sure how much. I'm just curious if Average Land is going to be able to successfully conquer the lands, or at least occupy Tonala. It doesn't seem like they will, but I don't know. Being two military techs ahead, it does a lot. Do you even have... You have manpower reserves. What are you doing? Oh, okay. It might just be the economy. I don't think they want to take out a loan, so they're trying to deal with what troops they have right now. I mean, you're going to have to take out a loan at some point, man. You're going to have to. EZLN pieced out. They don't want any part of this war. So it's just you, Average Land. Can you keep your lands from getting devastated? Okay, Sumeru actually got the capital at Pegu, but Pegu is going to take it right back. Kamai was a distraction, but damn, Sumeru's got force. They've got power. And maybe, can they put the cherry on top? Can they defeat Pegu? They can! Okay, Sumeru turning the series of unfortunate events in the past right around. This third war against Pegu, I'm pretty sure it's the third one, even though this says second. I'm pretty sure this is the third war, and it's working. Pegu and Kamai are faltering. While that's going on real quick, I want to take a look at Sufanburi, because I took a look at them in the test run, and they're, holy shit, Mike, they had so many good advisors for so cheap. Look at these level 2 advisors. They're so fucking good. But yeah, and they can promote these advisors to level 3 for 35 fucking ducats. Pennies on the dollar. So yeah, expect Sufanburi to be, on top of technology and stuff. And if they have leftover monarch points, I expect it to be developed into like these nice fertile farmlands. Sumeru, I'm not sure why you're chasing down Pegu's army over there, but I mean, you have won this war effectively. Kamai doesn't have any reserves, or they don't want to call up reserves. So, yeah. What happened here? I guess Yayusu. Oh. What? No, they are the same color. Ugh. Okay, this is what Kravens was talking about. So, Kravens noticed that Guanseo and Yayusu were actually the same color. I didn't believe him at the time, but now I believe him. So Yayusu, with the power of Toyotomi and Takigawa, came down and kicked Wu's ass. And, yeah. Wu is not dead, but they have lost quite a bit of land. And it seems like it's lights out for Pegu and Kamai. Finally, Sumeru, not Sumnu. Sumeru has some good fortune. And finally, Mzab has a coastline. Bremen has taken London. The English remain. Livonia is taking over Gotland. Beluzero is chilling out. The Orenburg Cossacks are doing very well. Kazan is a gem of a province. Holy shit. Sure, it's only producing fur, but that's 32 development. 32 nice and fine development. I think we'll chill at 1495. And what is this? Oh, hold on here. Akdemachi is going after Santon, which is right here. Okay. So, Akdemachi is going after Foi, and Sura has been called in. However, no. Akdemachi thinks they can just do this on their own. You do know how much Sura can field, right? You apparently do not. So, yeah. Same tech level? No, Akdemachi is one tech level ahead. One tech level ahead of Sura and 2 techs ahead of Foi. That doesn't matter though, because in this case, there's enough quantity to force back King Dram X's forces. Sure, try and siege down Dovas. It's not gonna work, because Sura is there to just drive you back. Defender's dice roll bonus too. We saw that little pop up there. Akdemachi, you bit off more than you could chew. And now Sura wants land from you. Average land did not take any land, obviously, because there was no land connection. But now, EZLN is going after Cocomes. Cocomes is not without its own fighting force, but, the defensiveness of EZLN is ridiculous. Cocomes is also 1 military tech behind, so EZLN should have a fairly easy time with this conquest. Should. Emphasis on should. There is no guarantees in these campaigns. But, Cocomes going for this siege right here, it kind of... It weighs things in the favor of EZLN. It really does. Akdemachi still trying to go after Sura, and Sura is just showing them the door each and every time, as they should. Any other wars going on? Sumeru is now going after Sufanburi. Do you just want continuous blood? Sumeru, give it a rest. You already annexed Pegu. And, well, Sufanburi is on the same tech level. Sumeru might have some military stuff, though. It seems like there's enough, but Kamai is going to come in. It is enough. Sumeru has been driven back. Pegu might fall. Fuck it, we'll go with 1496 or 1497. I'm interested in these wars. We're going to keep going. And so since there is turmoil amongst Sura and Akdemachi, the Adrisids have taken that as their cue to invade Duvatsha, and Akdemachi said, hey, I can't help you. I'm having my own issues. I'm eating shit because of my own decisions. Because that's really, that is basically what has happened. Akdemachi thought they could go after Foi and they could take on Sura as well, and evidently they can't. Their capital is getting sieged down by Sura, and it's, well, you reap what you sow. Sure, you're ahead in military technology. You're not ahead in terms of quantity, though, which is unfortunate. Okay, Pegu has been sieged down. Sufanburi and Kamai, they're putting up a stronger defense against Sumeru than Pegu and Kamai. Interesting stuff. The Maldives has successfully been colonized by Kolothunad. Muscovy is slowly making their way into Iran. Isfahan is prospering. Armenia is prospering. My child is maimed because of its own actions, but surviving. Theodoro still has Kiev, 30% liberty desire. The Adrisids have annexed all of the homeland that Duvatsha controlled, and Duvatsha is now left with just a mere 2 provinces. The Idrisids now have a foothold in Iberia. Now, I don't think the Idrisids can really take on Sura, but maybe they'll come to blows, I'm not sure. Sura really just seems more intent on killing off Akhtemachi, as they just kind of did. You know, Akhtemachi is now just in the corner trying to nurse its wounds, as Partu is now free. They aren't Coptic, they are Catholic, but they are free. Interesting stuff. Also, Akhtemachi lost, I think, what is this? Nantes to Foix. So, not even... Sura did not gain any land out of that. But their ally is more powerful, and their arch-rival is way, way less powerful. So that has to be a real nice thing to just... That has to be real nice for Sura. America is going after Utulibi. That alliance didn't last long. And Utulibi, they have the fortress at Bawitigan. Vononeria is going after Kutai. Oh, I never looked at that war. What happened? So Vononeria took over Enusulafka's homeland, and Enusulafka is now just over here. They're trying to eke out a living. Sufanburi, they're still trying. Oh, no, I mean, Sumeru is still trying and failing miraculously. Just Sufanburi taking the mace to the face of Sumeru in revenge for Pegu. Anything else going on? I think we'll try and end this off like June, July of 1498. We will relax there. Because these early wars are rather interesting because, you know, sometimes they're able to siege down the capital, sometimes they're not. But as we move into the 1500s, being able to siege down the capital is more of a surefire thing. Almost every nation is going to be able to field more than 10,000 troops. So they will definitely be able to siege down any capital that they need to, unless there's a garrison size national ideas, or they took Bogomalism, which increases the garrison size inherently. Sumeru's trying to drive them away from their capital, and it is successful, but Pegu is still sieged down. This lower half of their kingdom, their state, still sieged down. We're going to end this off in just a couple months, and from there we shall see Utulibi capitalized on just, well, having a lot of fucking territory, you know? They had a lot of fucking territory because they've been colonizing like crazy. And because of that, they have succeeded against America. Interesting stuff. I think we can end it off there on July 2nd. EZLN also fully annexed Kokomes. And now EZLN is trying to go after Tlapanek. And Tonala is nowhere to be found to help out the other Nahuatl nation. So yeah, quite the interesting part so far. Sulaset has found silver over here in Chanar. I like it. And Sangvis Ferry. I had no idea they were being attacked. Anatolikon is going after Tulsea? Ah, right here. You have claims there? How do you have claims there? Well, I mean, is it an ocean tile away? Yes, it is. Okay, that is the same ocean tile. However, Sangvisferi, their military is right here. Did they bring any? Yes, Theodoro and Kiev. That's it. Okay. So I do believe Sangvisferi is not going to have a good time. It's, they have shock damage received minus 15%. But they are still 2 techs behind. 2 military techs behind, and that's going to be brutal. They are really going to feel the pain For now, though, I think we can end off part 2 and just chill for a little bit until, part 3 comes around, of course. But yeah, that'll be it for now. I will read off the standings for this part, and we'll take it from there. So, in first place is Japan. In second place is the Orenburg Cossacks. In third place is Mondstadt. In fourth place is Livonia. In fifth place is Sura. In sixth place is Averton. In seventh place is Akdemachi. In eighth place is Utulibi. In ninth place is Raitia. In 10th place is Salento. In 11th place is Theodoro. And in 12th place is Bremen. That'll do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in part 3.